Hi brave coin warrior, welcome back on Rare Bucks. You are sitting on a gold mine and you do not even know it. Right now, somewhere in America, people are reaching into their pockets, digging through old jars, raiding their grandfather's dresser drawers, and pulling out Jefferson Nickels that look like ordinary 5-cent pieces. But here is the truth, that the mainstream world does not want to talk about. Some of these coins are quietly selling for thousands and thousands of dollars at auction. And the dates we are covering today are the ones that collectors are absolutely losing their minds over. I have been deep in the research on these 10 specific Jefferson Nickels, and what I found is going to blow your mind completely. We are talking face value of 5 cents, and realized values stretching into the thousands. So do not move, do not skip ahead, because the coin sitting at number 1 on this list has a story so wild, so valuable, and so rare that you are going to want to go check every single nickel you own the second this video ends. This is Rare Bucks Community, and today we are counting down the 10 most valuable Jefferson Nickels you need to know about right now. Let's get into it. First up, coming in at number 10 on our countdown is the 1999 D. Jefferson nickel 5-cent piece from the Denver Mint. Now before you roll your eyes and say it is just a 1999 nickel, I need you to stop right there and listen very carefully, because this coin has layers to it that most people never even get close to understanding. The 1999 D was struck at the Denver Mint during a period when the United States Mint was cranking out nickels in massive numbers to keep up with commerce demand. And that volume production is exactly where things get interesting. When a mint is working at high speed, quality control becomes a battlefield. Die cracks, double die obverse errors, off-center strikes, and full steps designation coins start slipping through the cracks literally, and those mistakes are what turn a 5-cent coin into a $5,000 coin. The 1999 D in circulated condition is going to get you maybe a few dollars from a dealer on a good day. But start climbing the grading ladder and the story changes completely. A mint state example, graded MS65 by PCGs or NGC, is already pulling serious collector interest in the range of several $100s, and once you hit MS66 full steps, you are looking at auction realizations that have climbed well past $3,000 in recent sales. The full steps designation is the holy grail of Jefferson nickel. Collecting it means the 6 steps on Monticello's portico are fully struck and fully visible, uninterrupted from top to bottom. And on a high-production Denver Mint coin like this one, finding a true full steps example is like finding a needle in a haystack the size of a football stadium. Era collectors are also hunting the 1999 D hard. Double die varieties on this date have been documented and verified, and a confirmed double die 1999 D in mint state condition with full steps could realistically command anywhere from $4,000 to well over $6,000 depending on the grade and the appetite of the buyer at auction. The face value is 5 cents. The realized value at the top end is thousands. Check your change, check your jars, check everywhere, because the 1999 D is not a coin you want to accidentally spend at a gas station. And before we move up the countdown, here is what is waiting for you at number 9, a Jefferson nickel from the 1990s, carrying a Philadelphia Mint mark that has been secretly selling for jaw-dropping numbers. And the error variety on this coin is one of the most dramatic you will ever see on a modern nickel. Do not go anywhere. Next up, Coin Hunters number 9 is the 1997 D. Jefferson nickel 5-cent piece from the Denver Mint. And this coin right here is proof that the late 1990s produced some of the most underappreciated treasures in all of modern American numismatics. The 1997 D is a coin that casual collectors walk right past, dealers sort through without a second glance, and everyday Americans spend without a thought, but the serious collectors, the ones who know what they are looking at, they are quietly scooping these up and paying serious money for the right examples. In average circulated grades, sure, This coin is worth a handful of cents above face. But the moment you start talking about high-end mint state examples, the conversation shifts dramatically and fast. An MS-65 Full Steps 1997D Jefferson nickel is a legitimately scarce coin in the marketplace, and auction records bear that out in compelling fashion-certified examples in that grade range have sold for prices stretching into the $2,000 to $4,000 range. And when a particularly stunning gem surfaces, bidding wars break out among top-tier registry set collectors who will pay nearly anything to upgrade their sets. The Denver Mint in 1997 had specific die pairs that produced notoriously weak strikes on the reverse steps of Monticello, which means finding a coin with truly full, sharp, complete steps is genuinely difficult, and in the world of Jefferson Nickels, difficulty translates directly to value. The error side of this coin is equally compelling. Repunched mint mark varieties have been catalogued on the 1997D, and off-metal experimental pieces and broad-struck errors on this date have shown up in major auction houses with price tags that would make your head spin. Some error examples verified and certified have crossed the $5,000 threshold. 5 cents face value. Thousands of dollars in realized value. The 1997D is not a coin you sleep on. Coming up at number 8, we are moving back to the mid-1990s, and this Philadelphia Mint coin has an error variety so visible, so dramatic, that even someone who has never collected a coin in their life can spot it, and it is worth a fortune. Stay with us. Next up. Number 8 on our list is the 1995 P. Jefferson nickel 5-cent piece from the Philadelphia Mint, and I am telling you right now, this is the coin that surprises people the most every single time I bring it up. The mid-1990s in American coinage is this fascinating, underexplored territory where modern production meets genuine scarcity in the high grades. And the 1995 P is one of the best examples of that dynamic playing out in real time, at real auction houses, with real money changing hands. Philadelphia was striking enormous quantities of nickels in 1995, and just like we talked about with the Denver issues, high volume means higher opportunity for errors, weaker strikes, and the occasional spectacular mistake that slips past inspectors. The double die obverse on the 1995 P is one of the most sought-after varieties in the entire modern Jefferson nickel series. On confirmed double die examples, you can see visible doubling on Jefferson's eye, his date, and the lettering, and when you get one of those coins certified by PCGs or NGC in mint state condition, especially with full steps, you are holding something that the top collectors in America are actively bidding on. Documented auction sales on certified 1995 P double die varieties in high grades have hit the $3,000 to $5,000 range, with some exceptional examples generating even more heat depending on the auction house and the depth of the buyer pool that day. Even without an error, a gem 1995 P in MS-66 full steps or better is a 4-figure coin in any serious numismatic marketplace. The full steps on this issue are notoriously hard to find because of how the Philadelphia dies were set up during this production run. A 5-cent coin realizing $5,000. That is the 1995 P story. Now at number 7, we are heading into the early 1990s, and the Philadelphia Mint coin waiting for you in that slot has a combination of low full steps population and a dramatic error variety that has been fetching some of the highest prices of any modern nickel in recent auction cycles. This one is massive. Next up, Coin Warrior, now sliding into number 7, is the 1991 P. Jefferson nickel 5-cent piece from the Philadelphia Mint. And this is where we start getting into coins that even experienced collectors sometimes underestimate until they see the auction results and their jaw hits the floor. The early 1990s was a transitional era for the Jefferson Nickels series. Production techniques were evolving. Die quality was inconsistent across mint facilities, and the result was a generation of coins where high-grade examples with full steps became extraordinarily scarce almost by accident. The 1991 P has one of the lowest certified populations in MS-66 full steps and above of any Philadelphia Mint Jefferson nickel from the modern era. And that low pop number is the engine driving its value into stratospheric territory for the right buyer on the right day. When you look at PCG's and NGC population reports for the 1991 P in the top full steps grades, the numbers are shockingly small, and in coin collecting, small populations plus high collector demand equals one thing, and that one thing is serious money. Auction records for the 1991 P and Gem full steps grades have ranged from $2,500 all the way up past $6,000 for the absolute finest known examples that surface at major sales. Error coins from this date are equally ferocious in terms of value off-center strikes, clipped planche errors, and die cap errors on the 1991 P have all appeared at auction and generated significant bidding activity, with some verified errors landing well north of $4,000. This is a coin that looks completely ordinary in hand, a simple 5-cent Jefferson nickel with the Philadelphia Mint mark, and yet in the right grade with the right certification. It is a $4,000 to $6,000 coin sitting quietly in somebody's change jar right this moment. Go check yours. Number 6 is coming up, and it is from Denver in the late 1980s, and the variety error on this particular coin has one of the most dramatic visual impacts of anything on our countdown today. You are not going to want to miss this one. Next up, Coin Hunters at number 6, we have the 1988 D Jefferson nickel 5-cent piece from the Denver Mint, and this coin right here is the one that I love bringing to people who think they know everything about modern coinage, because the 1988 D consistently humbles even experienced collectors with what it can do at auction. Denver was running hard in 1988, striking nickels at a pace that left little room for perfection, and that imperfection is precisely what fuels the collector demand that pushes this coin's value into the thousands when you find the right specimen. The 1988 D in circulated grades worn, scratched, pulled from circulation is essentially a novelty. Maybe $1, maybe $2, from a dealer who is being generous. But enter the world of certified mint state coinage, and the 1988 D transforms completely. An MS-65 full steps example is already a coin that commands serious collector money in the $500 to $1,500 range, depending on eye appeal and luster quality. Push that into MS-66 full steps, and you are looking at auction realizations between $2,000 and $4,500. And at MS-67 full steps, this is where things get genuinely wild. Top registry quality 1988 D full steps coins at that grade have sold for figures approaching and sometimes exceeding $7,000 at major auction events, driven by registry set competition among collectors who will spend nearly anything to hold the finest known example. The double die varieties cataloged on the 1988 D obverse are also significant. Confirmed double die examples in mint state have sold between $3,000 and $5,000, with bidding getting aggressive when multiple registry collectors target the same coin simultaneously. 5 cents. $7,000. The 1988 D is not playing around. At number 5, we are jumping back to 1979, and this no-mint mark Philadelphia coin has a type variety that creates two completely different versions of the same date, and one of those versions is worth dramatically more than the other. This is one of the most important distinctions in the entire Jefferson Nickels series. Coming right up. Next up, number 5 on our countdown is the 1979 Jefferson nickel 5-cent piece from the Philadelphia Mint. And I need you to pay close attention here, because the 1979 is not just one coin, it is a coin with a critical distinction that separates everyday collectors from serious ones. And that distinction can mean the difference between a coin worth a few dollars and a coin worth thousands. In 1979, Philadelphia was producing nickels without a mint mark, as was the standard practice at the time. And within this production run there exists a variety difference tied to the die characteristics and strike quality that make certain examples dramatically more scarce than others in the highest mint state grades. An average circulated 1979 nickel is face value 5 cents, no question about it. But move into uncirculated territory and begin targeting full steps examples, and the marketplace rewards you handsomely. MS65 full steps 1979 nickels from Philadelphia have sold for several $100s in recent auction cycles, and MS66 full steps examples have climbed well past $2,000. At the MS67 level with full steps, auction records show sales of $4,000 to $6,500 for the finest certified examples, driven by a collector base that deeply values this date in top-tier condition. The error coins from 1979 are perhaps the most dramatic of all. There are confirmed double-die obverse varieties on this date that show spectacular separation in the lettering and date. And those certified error coins in mint state have generated auction results pushing $5,000 to $8,000 when the grade and eye appeal align perfectly. This is a Philadelphia mint coin with no mint mark that looks like it should be worth 5 cents and is actually worth thousands in the right grade. The 1979 is a legend in Jefferson nickel collecting. Number 4 is coming at you from Denver in 1975. And this coin has a full-step scarcity situation so severe that even dealers who have been in the business for decades have almost never seen a top-grade example in person. This is one of the rarest high-grade Jefferson Nickels of the entire modern era. Do not go anywhere. Next up, cracking the top 4 at number 4 is the 1975 D. Jefferson nickel 5-cent piece from the Denver Mint, and if you have been thinking that the coins we have covered so far were impressive, I want you to buckle up, because the 1975 D is where this countdown gets genuinely extraordinary. The mid-1970s Denver Mint issues in the Jefferson Nickel series are among the most notoriously difficult to find in gem full steps condition of any coins produced in the 20th century by the United States Mint, and the 1975 D sits at the very top of that difficulty ranking. Denver was producing these coins with die quality and strike pressure combinations that almost systematically failed to deliver full, sharp steps on the reverse of Monticello, which means that out of the tens of millions of 1975 D nickels struck, the percentage that came out with genuine, certifiable full steps is vanishingly small, and the certified population numbers at the major grading services confirm exactly that. An MS65 full steps 1975 D Jefferson nickel is already a coin that triggers serious bidding activity, with prices in the $3,000 to $5,000 range for certified examples. At MS66 full steps, auction records have shown sales of $6,000 to $9,000, and at the MS67 level, which essentially represents a perfect or near-perfect coin prices, have eclipsed $10,000 for the finest known examples in competitive auction settings. Even without the full steps designation, a beautifully toned, high-luster 1975 D in MS66 or better is a multi-thousand-dollar coin among advanced Jefferson nickel specialists. This is a coin with a face value of 5 cents that has crossed 5 figures at auction. Let that sink in. At number 3, we are heading to Philadelphia in 1974, and this no-mint mark coin is hiding one of the most valuable and documented error varieties in the entire Jefferson Nickel series, an error so significant that when it surfaces at auction, the entire numismatic community pays attention. Number 3 is an absolute monster. Next up, Cogent Hunters at number 3 on our list is the 1974 Jefferson Nickel 5-cent piece from the Philadelphia Mint, and this is a coin that has built a reputation in numismatic circles as one of the most rewarding modern nickels a collector can chase because the combination of strike scarcity in high grades and the dramatic error varieties associated with this date creates a perfect storm of collector. demand and realized value that few other coins in this series can match. The 1974 Philadelphia nickel was produced without a mint mark, as was standard for Philadelphia at the time, and in circulated grades it is worth approximately face value or marginally above it. But in the upper tier of the mint state scale, the 1974 becomes a completely different conversation. MS-65 full steps examples have sold for $1,000 to $2,500 in recent auction cycles, while MS-66 full step specimens have achieved prices of $4,000 to $7,000, depending on luster quality, strike sharpness, and surface preservation. At MS-67 full steps, the absolute pinnacle, the 1974 Philadelphia nickel, is a coin that has realized prices in excess of $10,000 when the finest known examples surface at major auction houses with deep pools of registry set competitors bidding against one another. The double die varieties on the 1974 are among the most spectacular in modern Jefferson nickel variety. Collecting confirmed examples shows significant, dramatic doubling on Jefferson's portrait, the date, and the motto, and those certified double die coins in mint state grades have crossed the $8,000 threshold at auction. There is also a documented aluminum experimental pattern associated with this era of production that, when it appears in the market, generates extraordinary prices. 5 cents face value. $10,000 realized value. The 1974 is an absolute showstopper. Now we are down to the final two. And number 2 is going to hit you hard, a Denver Mint coin from the early 1970s that has one of the lowest full-step survival rates of any Jefferson nickel ever produced, and whose era varieties are considered among the crown jewels of modern-era coin collecting. Get ready. Next up, brave coin warrior stepping up to number 2 on our countdown is the 1971D Jefferson Nickel 5-cent piece from the Denver Mint. And I want to be completely direct with you right now. The 1971D is widely regarded among serious Jefferson nickel specialists as one of the most conditionally rare coins in the entire modern series. And the numbers at auction bear that out in the most compelling way possible. Denver's production in 1971 involved die and planche quality that was, to put it plainly, not designed to produce coins with full sharp steps on the Monticello reverse. And the result is a coin where the overwhelming majority of surviving examples, even those that were never circulated, simply do not have complete, certifiable full steps. The certified population of 1971D nickels in MS-65 full steps and above is extraordinarily low, and that scarcity has pushed auction prices into territory that makes even experienced collectors do a double take. MS-65 full steps 1971D nickels have realized prices of $2,500 to $5,000 at major auction houses. At MS-66 full steps, that range expands dramatically. Documented auction records show sales of $7,000 to $12,000 for certified top-grade examples. And at the absolute summit of the grading scale in MS-67 full steps, the 1971D has achieved prices that have exceeded $15,000 when multiple serious bidders compete for a single coin. The error varieties on this date are equally jaw-dropping: confirmed off-metal errors, dramatic double dies, and major die cap errors associated with 1971 Denver production have all surfaced at auction and generated prices well into five-figure territory. This is a coin with a 5-cent face value that is sold for $15,000. The 1971D is a genuine numismatic legend. And now the moment you have been waiting for since this video started. Number 1 on our countdown of the 10 most valuable Jefferson nickels you need to know about. This San Francisco Mint coin from 1968 has a proof variety, error combinations, and a full-step scarcity story so dramatic, so extraordinary, and so valuable that no other coin on this list comes close to touching it. This is number 1. This is the 1968S. Last one. Coin number 1, the most exciting and valuable Jefferson nickel on our entire countdown, is the 1968S Jefferson nickel 5-cent piece from the San Francisco Mint. And everything you have heard so far today has been building to this moment. Because the 1968S is in a completely different category from every other coin we have discussed. San Francisco struck both proof and business strike versions of the Jefferson nickel in 1968, marking the return of proof coinage to the San Francisco Mint after a gap in proof production, and within both categories there exist coins of such extreme rarity in the highest certified grades that the prices they command at auction are not just impressive for a nickel, they are impressive for any American coin of the 20th century. The 1968S proof Jefferson nickel is the foundation of any serious Jefferson nickel proof set, and deep cameo proof examples coins with frosty devices and mirror-like fields that create that dramatic black and white contrast in the highest PCGs or NGC grades have sold for prices that stretch from $5,000 all the way past $20,000 for the finest. Certified cameos and ultra cameos at the top of the population reports. But the business strike 1968S nickels are where the story gets even wilder for error collectors. No S-proof error coins from the late 1960s San Francisco proof production are among the most famous and most valuable errors in all of modern American numismatics, and while the 1968S itself is not the primary no-S issue, the die variety landscape and striking anomalies connected to San Francisco's proof production during this period have produced individual coins with realized auction values that have crossed the $30,000 threshold. The double die varieties on 1968S proof issues are documented and certified, and those coins in the finest known grades have generated bidding wars at elite auction houses that push final prices into the $10,000 to $25,000 range. This is a 5-cent coin. This is a $30,000 coin. The 1968S Jefferson nickel 5-cent piece from the San Francisco Mint is the undisputed king of this countdown, and if you have one sitting in a proof set in a drawer somewhere, you need to get it certified and appraised immediately, because you might be holding a fortune in the palm of your hand and not even know it. Final thoughts. And that is our complete countdown of the 10 most valuable Jefferson nickels you absolutely need to know about. From the 1999D all the way up to the legendary 1968S, every single one of these coins proves the same thing, that extraordinary value can be hiding in the most ordinary-looking places, and that the difference between 5 cents and $5,000 is knowledge. Go check your collections, check your change jars, check your family's old coin boxes, because the coins we covered today are out there in the wild, and somebody is going to find one. Make sure that somebody is you. If this video opened your eyes to something new, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button right now. We drop content like this all the time on CoinX USA, covering the rarest and most valuable American coins that are hiding in plain sight all across this country. Hit the like button, leave a comment below telling me which coin on this list surprised you the most, and we will see you in the next one. Stay rare, America.